All right, moving right along. So what is the plan? Well, here's what you need to do. If you can imagine Happy Valley Elementary School, you are the principal of that school. For your primary prevention, who gets primary prevention class? Everyone. Everyone that comes into that school at Happy Valley Elementary. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to install several bully name drop boxes. These are little boxes, different part of the building, 2 or 3 of them, where students can anonymously go in and fill out a card, and on that card write down that they are being bullied and the person's name, the child's name that who's bullying them. And they can drop that down in the card box. And we collect this once at the end of the day. Okay? That must be available to students and also explained. This is a primary prevention. Okay? Now, if bullying is not a problem in your school, obviously you're not going to take such drastic action. But this would be a plan that I've developed where bullying is the #1 problem. Okay, so keep that in mind as you listen into tonight's presentations. Here's something else you need to do. You need to create what's called bullying warning letters. They're very simple, easy to do. I actually created 3 for you today. In letter #1, I have letter #1, if the camera could zoom into, thank you. What this says, this is addressed to the parent. This is after an incident. It says, "Dear parent, we are writing this letter to inform you," and again, this letter #1 is not as intense as letter #2, as intense as letter #3. This is the one that's sort of generic, general. Okay, so keep this in mind. We're writing this letter to inform you that your son or daughter was involved in a bullying incident at school today. Here is a brief summary of the event. Time, location, observed bullying behavior. We take bullying behaviors very seriously at Happy Valley Elementary School and continue to strive to maintain an excellent learning community and provide all of our students with a safe, supportive environment. Please feel free to contact my office to discuss strategies that will assure prevention of your son or daughter's actions. Sincerely, principal/teacher. Sort of a warning letter. This goes out immediately. Okay? Now, let's say the incident was a little more severe. You'll pull out letter #2. I've developed that for you as well. If we could zoom into this one, I'm just going to read the part in here that talks about it in a little more detail. Please know that our school has a zero tolerance policy with regards to bullying. We treat bullying behaviors very seriously at Happy Valley Elementary School and continue to strive to maintain excellent academic standards, a vibrant learning community, and provide all of our students with a safe, supportive, and nurturing environment. We request that you come to school at your earliest convenience to discuss positive and constructive ways that would ensure the prevention of these actions in the future. Please be informed that your son or daughter will be monitored, this is an addition, very closely by our staff as of today. We hope that we can work together to resolve this recent situation. Okay? That's letter #2. Template #3 that you would send home. This one, someone got hurt. And I'm going to read the whole letter. It says, "Dear parent, your urgent response is needed. We are writing this letter to bring to your immediate attention that your son or daughter was involved in a violent bullying incident at school today. Here is a summary of the incident, time, location, observed bullying behavior. Please know that our school has a zero tolerance policy with regards to bullying. We treat bullying behaviors very seriously at Happy Valley Elementary School and continue to maintain high standards, including your son or daughter," you can read that, "of our students who are going to be in a safe, supportive environment. We request that you contact," this is the piece we've added in that's different, "that you contact our school immediately to discuss your son's or daughter's actions. Please be informed that your son or daughter will be suspended from school until further notice is given, because we cannot tolerate this. We cannot have someone hurt someone at school. So that's letter number 3. So that's primary prevention. These letters automatically will go out. Okay? The next thing you have to do as your primary prevention, you need to talk to your school board policy folks, and you need to put together a school board policy that advocates for a zero tolerance. It needs to be in your school board manual, not just a small little caption or small little paragraph, but it needs to be something that advocates the notion that this will not be tolerated. Okay? You also need to create what is called a bully prevention team of 5 to 7 members. This team will monitor the bullies and will decide who gets referred to be moved up to secondary prevention and tertiary. This team will be monitoring these students. Okay. Also, as a primary measure, I recommend doing surveys in class about bullying. Have you been bullied? Do 2 every month, because it puts an awareness in school that bullying is not going to be tolerated. An example of a question is, where does bullying happen in school? How many times have you been bullied this year? Is a question that students could fill out. This can be collected, but when you do these questionnaires, what happens is that the students will realize that, hey, we are serious about this problem. We're not going to accept it. If your school administrator approves, you may also ask students to give the names of specific children with whom they believe are bullies, and kids will give you that information if you ask, but get permission from your principal. Primary prevention, some other things a teacher could do. You feel free as a teacher. I know you teach in the classroom, but have you seen the student in another setting? Have you seen them on the bus? Have you seen them in the lunchroom? Have you seen them at recess? Okay, make sure that in less structured situations that they are not bullying. Okay, something else you can do is teach students who are bullied assertiveness skills, and for example, saying firmly, no, leave me alone. Okay, and let's talk now about secondary prevention strategy. In the secondary prevention strategy, if primary does not work, your bully prevention team, students is referred into check-in, connect, check-out, and in your packets you will have a form where the student is going to take this form, and if you could zoom into this CCC card, we call it. This CCC card has 0, 1, 2 on it, and it monitors the student. This student who has been identified as a bully will go in the morning, check in with a bully coach or a positive behavior coach, will connect with this coach at midday to discuss the results, and this card is taken to each teacher, and the teacher records specific behaviors on this card, and basically given back. Parent gets a copy, parent signs it, and this is shared and it continues. The check-in, connect, check-out that you see here is a 6 to 8 week program that the student is in, and will continue this throughout that. Until they are successful with it, they will exit the program and no longer receive those services, and will go back to primary prevention measures.